function of the human digestive system is to digest and absorb nutrients. It is mainly formed of the digestive tract, a series of structures and organs in which food and fluid pass through to be absorbed, distributed and digested. The digestive tract also consists of a structure which eliminates waste products through excretion. The digestive tract. Starting in the mouth, the digestive tract is made up of the oral cavity, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine and the anus. In the mouth, food is prepared for travelling through the digestive tract by a mechanical process called mastication or chewing. The canines and premolars cut food into small pieces. The molars at the back grind the food. The tongue and cheeks guide the food around the vegetables using saliva to make the food into a bolus. Sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems provide a constant supply of saliva to the mouth, including when food isn't present. Lysosome and amylase enzymes are located within the secretion of the membrane and line the oral cavity and salivary glands. These help soften the food so that the digestion process can begin after swallowing. Amylase uses a procedure called enzymatic hydrolysis, which dissolves food. After it's been swallowed, the bolus is forced down the pharynx by a number of peristaltic contractions. These transport the bolus through the esophagus to where it arrives in the stomach. Inside the organ of the stomach, the bolus is churned and developed into a thick semi-liquid mass called a chyme. The chyme is blended with highly acidic enzyme-rich gastric juices and digested further, so particles become soluble and can travel into the small intestine. The gastric juices carry hydrochloric acid to help digestion and tear down bacteria, water, mineral salt, enzymes and intrinsic factors to permit absorption of vitamin B. Bile is used to neutralise acid in the stomach. Gradually the chyme is then passed through to the small intestine as parts get ready for further digestion. In the lower digestive tract, the small intestine and large intestine can be found. Inside the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum, the chyme stimulates the pancreas to release a liquid mix of pancreatic juice and bile. The bile is used to break down fat globuses, enabling a large surface area for the enzyme pancreatic lipase to digest fats into fatty acids and glycosol. This is known as emulsification. Secrese, lactase and maltase are secreted through the lining of the small intestine, and the chyme is repeatedly moved through the jejunum and ileum, decreased in size until it can be absorbed by the intestine wall for transportation through the bloodstream. Segmenting contractions of the small muscle intestine wall take place in an irregular fashion to move the contents through the digestive tract. The small intestine walls are covered with small mucus villi, which allow for greater absorption of nutrients. Food that can't be absorbed is moved into the large intestine, where bacteria break it down and waste products are picked up. The main function of the large intestine is to absorb water and store fecal material. After the nutrients and water have been absorbed from the chyme, the undigestible waste is pushed through to the end of the large intestine, where it is stored for excretion from the body through the anal canal opening. Enzymes are released into numerous organs along the alimentary canal. For instance, salivary amylase is secreted from the salivary glands, and pepsin and gastric lipase are secreted from the gastric glands. Enzymes catalyse reactions inside cells, so their life-supporting procedures can be carried out effectively. The digestive system breaks down macronutrient food molecules and quicken the digestive process. The internal environment of the digestive system must have an appropriate pH level for the catalytic reaction to take place. All enzymes in the body work at an optimal temperature of 37 degrees. The optimal pH condition for each enzyme can be seen in this table. The enzymes that work best in acidic conditions are the ones that enter the stomach, for example, pepsin. When enzymes rich chyme exit the stomach, it enters the duodenum, and the acidic content is neutralised by alkali bile. You can then see enzymes like trypsin and pancreas, amylase and lipase secrete from the pancreas into the duodenum. These enzymes work best in alkaline conditions. Every enzyme molecule has an active site which chemical signals only let certain substrate bonds with its complementary shape. Once the substrate attaches to the enzyme active site, an enzyme substrate is made. Inside the complex is a reaction happens to create a product, and depending on which enzyme and substrate bond together. After the finished product is released, it can then be transported and stored, leaving the active site clear to start over again. Mechanical and chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion is the physical breakdown of large food structures into small food structures. Chemical digestion is where large molecules are broken down into smaller molecules using enzymes, carbohydrates, lipids and proteins. Amylase is a carbohydrate that's produced in the mouth and pancreas, then secreted into the alimentary canal. The motive of amylase is to digest starch to maltose. Maltose is then digested by maltase glycose proteins. Like pepsin and trypsin break down protein into amino acid. Pepsin is made when protein is digested in the stomach, and trypsin made in the pancreas to be secreted into the duodenum with the lipase enzymes. Lipase enzymes digest lipids into fatty acids. Healthy eating. For the body to work and grow effectively, a balanced diet is key. A balanced diet includes a variety of foods with 5 different groups of foods. It is recommended to eat 5 portions of fruit and veg per day, and the daily recommended intake of fluid is 6 to 8 glasses of fluid per day to prevent dehydration. In the short term, a poor diet can cause fatigue, poor concentration, headaches, and various vitamin and mineral deficiencies. A healthy diet can be managed and prevented by a healthy diet can help manage and prevent many health conditions, whereas an imbalanced diet and poor nutrition leads to poor health and well-being. There are 5 nutrient groups. The first group is fruit and veg. You should try to eat at least 5 pieces of fruit and veg each day. They have sources of vitamins and minerals to aid the immune system. Carbohydrates, including pasta, potatoes and bread. These foods supply the body with energy and keep the bowels moving. Proteins found in meat, eggs and fish. Proteins help with growth and repair of the human tissue. Dairy products such as milk and cheese provide sources of protein, vitamins and minerals like calcium, which is important for healthy bones. And finally, fats found in oils and spreads. Fats provide vitamins like vitamin E, important for fighting bacteria and healthy skin.